Raj.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
I have to do all the sharing. So give it 1 second. You can start meeting and greeting and saying hi to everybody.
Meeting and greeting and saying hi to everyone.
Yes, we're in the studio of the mind mechanic.
She thinks I'm social or something. Ray Williams here, your local friendly neighborhood hypnotist. My good buddy and confidant, and the definite brains of the two, Diane Hochman. And tonight, guys, we are going to...
Don't start yet. I haven't shared.
I haven't started yet. Look.
Meet and greet. Say hello. Who's here? What's going on? Look at all the people that want to say hi.
Wow. All right, I have to ask you, Rach, is it Rack Williams or Rach Williams?
Rach.
Okay. I knew a Rach, but she spelled it with an E.
Wrong, but I'm guessing.
Okay. She'll let us know. Hello, Tula. Hello, Debbie. Holbrook.
Tula's here.
Jackie.
Tula has one of the best names on the internet.
Right?
In the world. She's a nice, sweet girl from Chicagoland.
Name like Tula, you belong here in Las Vegas. Hello, Holly. Michael Goose Brown. Hello, good evening. Hey, Jack, how are you? Bridget. Alicia, hello. Hello, good evening. Greetings from sunny Las Vegas. It's not too sunny right now.
I'm sharing to everybody's walls in the group.
Okay, hey, Jennifer, how are you?
Stall.
Stall?
Yes, stall.
Stall, horse stall. We don't have horse stalls. Actually, I live across the street at the South Point Casino. They do have horse stalls. In fact, they're having the big rodeo week right now. They are.
Ooh.
Hey, Brenda, how are you? Steph, I didn't forget you.
Stephanie Fincher?
Yeah, Stephanie Fincher, the one and only.
I love her.
Alicia, on my way. Alicia's on her way, she said.
Oh, she's coming. We're going to meet her tomorrow or soon.
Oh, cool. We're here. We're waiting for you. So we are just about to get going here in a minute.
Give it 1 more second. I'm not in my normal spot. I look like I'm lounging here.
She's not in her normal spot. Hey, Peter, how are you, sir?
Share in a group.
Hello, Dawn.
Okay, Facebook has clearly changed things.
Both of you in one room, yes.
Scary, isn't it?
It is a scary thought, Eugene. Hey, hello from sunny Kentucky. Bridget, do you have snow there? We don't have any snow. Hey, Kara. Hey, Judy. Kyle, hey. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, I need to share this to...
She's sharing.
Page.
Jenny Kraut, hello. Hello, Connie O'Neill. Good old Irish name. Julie Freund.
We gotta get you acclimated to being a meter and greeter.
She thinks I gotta get acclimated. I'm a hypnotist. I'm not a meter and greeter. I guess I could be both, couldn't I?
Absolutely. Why won't this work?
Bridget said there's no snow yet. Okay. Hey, Joni, how are you? Joni, Nebraska. I lived in Kearney, North Platte, Hastings. I actually watched your famous 7 tornadoes wipe out the town. We are ready for the Ray and Diane Hochman show. Wait a minute. Jackie just married us.
What? Jackie did what?
The Ray and Diane Hochman show.
Oh, and with my last name? Okay.
Right.
Or either that or you're like Madonna and Oprah. You don't need a last name.
Right. Hey, Doc Selena, how are you? She made it. Yay. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Dana.
Have you met Selena? She's so awesome.
I watched you girls on the cool little meet and greet.
Check on Ray's page.
Hey, Darlene.
Ray's profile. I'm trying to
Ray in the Poconos of Pennsylvania. That's pretty there. Parkland, it's warm.
I'm sorry, I'm just not in my normal spot and I'm having a challenge with this. It won't let me post to Society of I Am or any of the groups.
Oh.
I don't know why.
We've had more faux pas here.
Yeah, it's because I'm not sitting.
Grand Island, okay. Joni, I was there when those tornadoes hit. I was in a camper in the state park, and I was actually watching them. It was the coolest thing. I thought I was watching a light show. I was watching your town get hit with 7 tornadoes. I was doing show business at the time, and long story short, I was supposed to start Grand Island the next day for a promotion, and the National Guard closed your town off. Let's forget it. Alejandro, good evening. The R&D show.
Are you guys all sharing it? Because this is going to be really good.
Yeah, guys.
All sharing it.
Those of you can, please, would you be so kind as to go ahead and share? Thank you. Jack Enrique, 72 in Tampa. Love it. Hey, Jack. How far are you from Sarasota? One of my favorite necks of the woods down there. Rach just shared. Thanks, Rach. Appreciate it, hon. Thank you so much.
I got one more.
One more.
Start.
We are getting the good things take time. Oh, you were there. You were there at the time. Wow.
Okay, one more.
One more.
And I'm good.
Thank you, Bridget.
Facebook changed things on me as they do.
Oh, by the way, those of you just tuned in, Facebook changed things just on Diane. No one else. So that's why she's having a hard time.
Okay. I see how you're being. I see how you're being. They did. They changed the share since last week.
They changed her share. Mine still shares fine though.
You never share anything, even though it's a season of sharing. Hashtag season of sharing.
You see me share every day. I share every single day.
All right.
Our lady Steph shared to the group. Thank you, Stephanie.
I hope and pray that I've done this properly. We never said we were technical, but we are gosh darn cute.
We're cute.
And we have 81 comments, so it looks like we're really popular. So, and we have 28 shares. So I think we'll start. I will do the intro tonight since you are our honored and esteemed speaker. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I feel so far away.
Well, I don't bite, honest. I don't really. Here, watch this. I'll push that in.
Move over.
I'll move over.
Move over. I don't like not being on my computer doing my thing. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. My name is Diane Hochman. This is the illustrious Mr. Ray Williams, and we're super excited. This is our third week of the Society of I Am. It is a new group that we started. Both of us just feel really, let me back up. You know, there's a lot of talk about personal development, and there's a lot of talk about all the things we should be doing and could be doing. But one day we were having a discussion, and I just talked about the I am, which is an ancient spiritual concept, whether you know, whatever tradition you come from. The I am is when you're in this centered space of understanding your own power. And we just had this conversation, and both of us just started rambling a mile a minute about it. And I said, this is it. We've been looking for something neat to do to bring out to people. And I was messing around looking for a name and a domain name, and the Society of I Am came forth. And this is our third week, and it's been absolutely incredible. We do have a Facebook group. We'll give you the link, or you can just search for groups, Society of I Am. We'd love to have you in the group. We do have a requirement that you have to answer some questions to get in the door. We want to make sure you're a real person and keep that group really clean. So if you fill the thing out to be in it and haven't been accepted, it's because you didn't answer the questions. It's been, the response has been amazing. The messages, the emails, the Facebook messages that we're both getting. And last week we talked about sharing. And not just sharing like let's all share because we're fun, let's share our toys, but from a business perspective, from a spiritual perspective. And by the way, this is not denominational. We're not, getting into any of that stuff, but just from a perspective of releasing and letting go and circulation and all these just wonderful concepts. And tonight, Ray, who is writing now with his left-handed penmanship here, I'm sorry. Every time I'm trying to tell him something, he wants to take notes, and it takes like 17 years for him to take notes. He has a message for you tonight, and I want you guys to plug in. If at all possible, it would be really great if you're somewhere that's, a little bit quiet for these messages, because there's a real depth to them. Something that you're probably not finding elsewhere out there in Facebook land and on the internet. both of us have been in our respective industries. I've been in the home business industry for 20 years. He's been a practicing hypnotist for 20 years. Also specializes in neuro-linguistic programming. He has actually a very unique technique, which I can't even describe. Hit him up and he'll show you what it is. But he helps people really focus in on themselves and the things that they want to do and they want to change. And we've both been down some very interesting roads over the years. And we've both, or at least I don't know, I can't speak for Ray and he'll share, but I know that a lot of times for me, and I had a conversation with somebody very beautiful who I know is on here tonight. I was a people pleaser, still am to some extent. Spent a lot of time wanting to make everybody but myself happy, being led around, being pulled around, being manipulated in a lot of ways. And luckily I still stand to tell the tales. But I know for a lot of you guys, making business decisions, making life decisions, personal decisions, there's challenge inside of that. So Ray wanted to come out and share some stuff tonight, and I'm gonna like scoot out of the way. I'll be on my computer over here in the corner.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let you deliver this message, and then afterwards we'll meet and greet and chat a little bit, and then of course we will be in the Facebook group. Before I hand it over to Ray, we do also have something special and fun going on. Ray and I have both delved into our personal libraries, and we have a lot of neat books that we're going to be sending out to people from the community. If you're in the Facebook group, just take a look for that information on how you can qualify to get one of the books, and we'll write some love notes to you guys and everything. And some of you guys might think, well, what kind of contest is that? I want something new and something cool. My most treasured things I have from my career are books that somebody personally inscribed to me because they saw something in me. And that's it. We see something in all of you. And we want to sow into you, and we want to help you grow. And with that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Ray. Take it away.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. By the way, how is that for some bloviation? He says I bloviate.
I wish I could bloviate, guys. I take notes for everything, and this talented lady, my God, she could probably take one word and write a book out of it. So when I say she bloviates, I actually don't tell her, but I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a rather somewhat informal, informative. It's going to be a combination. I'm going to spill something out to the world about me I've been done before, upon the advice of a dear friend and confidant. I was told to come out to the world more so. Also, I'm going to give you guys and girls some common knowledge, a little mystic knowledge, a little mental knowledge to kind of help you go forth with hopefully a little less stress, a little more common sense, which by the way is not too common, and maybe put a few bucks back in your pocket. Now, the title tonight is How Not to Be Pulled Around, whether it be in business, and you can apply the same thing to your personal lives as well. I'd like to start off. First, I'm going to start off by saying this is not by no means going to be a negative pitch on anything or anybody. This is just addressing, again, I am basically, we're taking the essence of us from here on, okay? That being said, I'm going to share something about me to you, which actually is somewhat inspirational for the talk. Many years ago, before I lived in Las Vegas, well, actually, my backtrack, I lived in Las Vegas, and it was, I think, 1999, and heard the world was coming to an end. You guys didn't know that, did you?
Remember?
Yeah, the world was coming to an end, and on top of all the computers were going to go upside down, and the world, I think, was going to tilt this way, and they were predicting riots actually for New York City, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas. Well, I'm not exactly what you call a violent kind of guy, and you know, and then the world's coming to an end anyway. So, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to go through a riot on top of the world coming to an end. So decided to get out of Dodge and go someplace safe. I mean, you want to be someplace safe when the world's coming to an end, right? Okay. Well, I lived in Colorado for a long time, and I thought, what a nice place to watch the world go to hell in a bucket. Saddle up the wagon and moved to Colorado. And well, as it turns out, I don't. If it did come to an end, I don't quite know about it. Are you alive, or are you just my angel?
I am. Well, I am your angel, but I am still alive. Y2K did not wipe me out.
All right, she is my angel, but Y2K didn't wipe, so I'm live. Okay. So the world didn't come to an end, and I got a house in Colorado. Had a cute little 1,800 square foot tri-level, quarter acre backyard, built it up. And like probably most, if not everybody on here, I've always had a passion for network marketing. Always believed in it. I still do more than ever. In fact, I'd done very well on a simple long distance years ago, so I stayed with it. Anyway, that evaporated. So in Colorado, bought the house. Lovely little humble abode for a fixed mortgage of $611 a month. Fixed. And I had taken a lot of money from here to there. So the house was like about 2/3 paid for. So you got the picture. Okay. Life was good. I got involved with a company out in Colorado. It was a health and nutrition company. And the gentleman who got me involved, to this very day, I will say he was more short-sighted than evil. But he had he was my upline, and he was making, I think he was a diamond. He was making about $10,000-12,000 a month, which, hey, even for today, that's good money. So we signed up under him. Things were going, onesie twosie here and there. And then he started to tell me how he was doing these booths all over the country a couple of years before. And he said, you're going to hit diamond, no problem. Guaranteed, hands down, you're going to hit diamond. Why don't you do this? Pull the equity out of your house and use that to go do booths. So I did. Pull like $90,000. Went out and bought a van, put a body wrap on it, advertising the products, hit the road, doing the rent space with booths, and felt like I was living the dream. Life was good. The booths were not quite what they were the years before. The economy dropped off in different parts, and I don't know of you who have done booths and not booths, but you don't really have any real relationship build up, so there's no real retention, and it gets better. So I signed up people here and there, but they really didn't stay on the product. Plus my little $611 mortgage, which was fixed, it went up to $1,300 a month, adjustable. Okay. So here's all the equity out of the house, and I'm in an adjustable mortgage, and these booths did not go as they went before. And I had done booths prior to, I was on the road for many years, did quite well with them. Things fell out. So with the adjustable and things going south with the company, I essentially lost the house. I confronted the upline sometime later, and he said, well, I thought it was going to do something. So my point is this, ladies and gents, I'm not sitting here trying to cry the blues to you. Okay, that's not the intention here. The intention here is this. We live in a world that this is nothing new, although people have gotten somewhat craftier in recent years about kind of pulling at our purse strings, our heartstrings, our psychic strings, our spiritual strings. And some may have your best intentions. Some may have your best intention at heart, their best intentions at the same time. And some don't give a hoot and a holler about you whatsoever. They care about one thing, your pocketbook. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. There's some great people out there. As far as I'm concerned, I'm sitting with the most honest and gifted marketer known to the internet 2 feet away from me. So this is not making anyone wrong. This is basically show you what happens when you're not really in tuned to what's going on. So let me go backwards to go forwards, okay? I hated that man for a long time. I hated him for years. In fact, I actually wrote him an email one day saying, no, one of the worst days that ever happened is when I set eyes on your face. I did. So I went through my own forgiveness process. I decided to practice what I preach, went through a forgiveness process, and then I realized, wait a minute, why am I blaming him? I was just as responsible. Did he have an agenda? Yeah, he did. But if I had been more in tune with, I know what I'm about, what I am about, what I know you guys know you're about, and you're going to get more in tune with this as time goes on. First step here is, okay, why am I shoveling this all on him? If I had been in the spot I was supposed to have been in, I would have smiled and said, no, wait a minute, there's got to be better ways of doing this than what we're doing. Okay. There was years ago, many years ago, there was a group, the Eurythmics, and they had, I forget the name of the song, but basically one of the lyrics, everybody's looking for something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people want to be used by you, others want to be used, ...
Sweet Dreams was the name of the song.
Sweet Dreams, thank you. It was one of my favorite songs.
Some of them want to use you, some of them want to abuse you, some of them want to use you, some of them want to be used by you.
Music lady.
Yeah.
So back to my point. We have a lot of people today still doing that nonsense. Some might have some of your best intentions in mind and heart. Some don't care about you at all. So what do we do? What do we do? I bet you, if I was to have a show of hands somehow, I bet you there's a pile of you out there who spent money on things that it sounded good at the time. You didn't do jack with it though, did you? No, you didn't. You didn't. You might have watched a webinar. You might have seen a snazzy, what do you call them, banner ads?
Yep. And
it promised you the sun. And what happens? Your emotions start to rise up. Here's what happens. Your emotions, it's okay to feel this. We'll get into that in a second. But that rises up right away up here to the ego area. You know, one of my favorite slangs in the MLM arena, ka-ching. Please don't use it, okay? But this up here is the ego. This is the ka-ching area, okay? So you're watching a banner ad, you listen to some selection, peddling his wares, and you can't help but, okay, I'm struggling here, ... You're throwing your ego out there like a softball ahead of you, okay? People do in relationships. They jump too quick, they throw it out there, the ego, oh, it's it, it's got to be it. They don't think there's got to be a balance. We don't stop to think. There must be a balance here of blending energies. This is the ego. This is all the head. This is all the mental, the ka-ching. Down here, this is your solar plex region. This is where you feel. Okay. So what do we do from stop making these stupid errors? And I'm not knocking anyone here. I probably, guys, that was the biggest one I ever did. Other silly ones, but what do we do? I posted about a week ago. In fact, I got into this a little bit with a video as well. There's a state of consciousness that really doesn't lie. Close your eyes, take a breath, relax, deep breath in. You put yourself in alpha state. So you could even call it a light level state of relaxation, light level state of hypnosis. Check in with there. Close your eyes, relax. Before you pull out that plastic, that credit card, I don't care how good something sounds. I don't care how good the pitch is on the company. I don't care how much money they're going to save by pulling something out of your house, selling your car, selling your wife, selling your dog. I don't care. I don't care how it sounds up here. Go into alpha, breathe in. Okay. How does it feel? Okay. Get present with that. Still don't do a thing. You know, there was a lot of personal development quotes out there. Some don't mean a hell of beans. One, a successful man makes decisions quickly. Bullshit. I call crap on that. Okay. And by the way, that's a spiritual word. Get used to it. A successful man takes the time to get in check. How does it feel? How does it sound? How does it feel? How does it look? Use your senses. Use your psychic senses. Use your third eye. Check in. Even then, you leave the plastic right where it sits. Okay? And forgive my tonality, but I'm here to pass something off I'm rather strong about. No, you don't do it quickly. You do it prudently. Prudently is actually a spiritual word. It applies to a spiritual balance inside of you. How does it feel? How does it look? How does it sound? Unless you blend these energies together, the whole thing is ego-based. Ego-based. Some people say greed-based. I don't want to say it's greed-based. It's just you're not using all of your God-given, all your spiritual given senses to make a decision. So frankly, you want to start, I don't care how something sounds, go to the heart. Okay, how does this feel? How does it sound? Kick back, meditate on it again. Then let's get a little mundane about it then. Okay. When you're present and centered with the heart, with the head, who is this person giving you this pitch? You know of them? You know the history? You know the track record? Check in with that. Have your senses check in with that. Like I won't name any names here. There's a certain gentleman out of Florida. That man can sell me anything. I love that man. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Great man. Doesn't gouge people, which brings up the next point here. Okay. And again, I'm not going to not little ticket items, big ticket items. That's one of my professors from hypnotherapy school. We talked about doing something. There's a term called getting a little comfortably uncomfortable. In other words, if it's a price tag that, okay, it's a little uncomfortable, but if this went south on me, can I live with this? Can I live with this? Well, after losing the house, that taught me well. Did I lose other business ventures after that? Yes, but there weren't things that I could not recover from. Pulling almost all your equity out of a house for network marketing? No, that's for another story, okay? So after you checked in, after you got the balance, you proceed psychically forward gently. How does this person feel to me, sound to me? Can you check them out? Can you check their track record out? Okay. Then checking with the comfortably uncomfortable. If I lose this money, am I going to wind up in therapy? Am I going to wind up feeling suicidal, depressed, or I can just curse a lot and okay, well that sucked, but I'm on to the next thing. Okay. So comfortably uncomfortable basically means, can I afford this loss? Can I afford it? Now, no one wants to. We buy things. We buy into people with of course, the positive hopes of going forward. And sad but true, not most, but half the things out there for a series of events are not going to happen. Even if it's the most honest thing in the world, it might not be a blend for you. You might not even have all the facts that you thought you needed at the time. Doesn't happen. Maybe the timing is off for you. Okay. It could be the sweetest person in the world going to sell you a program, going to sell you into a company. Maybe you're not ready, you just don't know it. So if you have that, can I afford it? Can I afford this loss? Yeah, okay. Then you move forward. Move forward. Always check in, blending your heart energy in with the heart, the head with the heart, heart with the head. You always want to center this, guys. Always have this centered. Always asking yourself, how does this feel? How does it sound? How does it feel? How does it look? Can I afford this? And again, I remember doing my first network marketing company. It was 189 bucks to sign up, and I think it was 125 bucks a year to renew. No harm, no foul. Had fun, made a boatload of money with it. I know some people decide to get a little crafty over the years with different upsells. I have no problem with an upsell. I really don't. But there has to be this balance. The balance has got to be a physical balance, a balance that feels right to you, right in the pocketbook, right in here, right up here. That's essentially most of what I want to let you guys know. If you want to have some questions, please feel free to ask.
I have questions.
Yes, ma'am, please do.
So we just talked about business and about somebody encouraging you to do something to go faster, or for, you know, I don't want to say you're greedy, but it felt exciting, like you were going to make a lot of money. So greed triggered you. What about in other parts of our lives? I think there's a lot of us that have done things not in our own best interests. We're being pulled around. We're being manipulated in certain ways. And a lot of people have expressed to me, particularly a lot of people in this group, they fall into that people pleaser category. So sometimes maybe they bought into something. And by the way, guys, I think we're going to see a lot of things changing in business in the next decade. I think we're going to see a lot of things as far as companies changing policies and stuff. You know, regulatory stuff is big time now. In fact, I know Larry Thompson just did a big webinar Wednesday. A lot of the lawyers in the field are doing webinars and talking about regulatory scrutiny. But what about those of us that, and I have a long history of being, hey, Angie, being a person who wanted everybody to like me. So maybe you are buying stuff because you want someone to like you. Maybe you're going places because you want people to like you. Maybe you're doing certain things. Maybe, hey, I asked you all to share this today. Maybe you shared it because you want us to like you, which we do, by the way. But what advice would you give? And I think what you were saying about head and heart and that center, how do we keep ourselves from being pulled around as opposed to standing in our I am and really making good decisions for ourselves?
Perfect question. Way back when I first started out 20 something years ago, I did mainly a lot of relationship work. Okay. And I would come across a lot of people who would have a continuum of the same issue over and over. People come to me, Ray, I got my heart broken again. And I can laugh like this because one of the reasons I went to school for this over and over, I was one of those people who wrote the book on, I got my heart broken over and over, blaming them. They didn't do it. I did it. I'll explain. Answer you, okay? The principles I'm talking about in business applied in our personals as well. I'll use some vernacular to make a point here. We will take our hearts, I'm being symbolic and philosophical.
Sure.
We'll take our heart and we'll throw it out there like a softball 30 yards ahead of us. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy, or, okay, how'd you put it? You want to be liked by everybody? Okay. We've seen kids do this in school. We've seen adults do this for relationships, okay? If I go out there and I just give it my all and I just show what a nice, giving, wonderful person is, by God, here's my heart. I threw my heart out there. But what I say earlier, a balance of the heart and the head.
Right.
So there's your heart way out there, and you don't know who this person is playing with your heart. You don't know who they are. Could be the biggest schmuck in the world, could be the nicest person, it could be some, but all you know is you want to be loved. We all want to be loved, okay? So by the time you catch up to your heart, half the time they're handing it back to you all shredded, all jumped on, and you're going, "That's my heart. You broke my heart." No, they didn't. You had no business throwing your heart out there 30 yards ahead of you like a softball. So, and if you notice, you probably did it more than once. We all have. Why? Because we are going to do the same, we'll repeat the same lesson over and over and over. So, okay, this is not working. So what do we do? Okay.
What do we do?
Well, you pick up what's left of your heart, stick it back in there. Okay. Check in with who you trust, whether it's your spirit, higher consciousness, good counselor, someone, a soundboard of some kind. If I'm not being so bold, may I ask you, why did you keep doing this, do you feel?
Well, it wasn't just a relationship. I'm just talking about in general, friends. I'd go out and do things with friends that I didn't really feel good about doing. I'd go places that I didn't really want to go to please people. In the industry, I went to things and did things or spent money that I didn't really feel good about, but it was what everybody was doing. You know, I could go on and on and on. Before you continue, there's two things that were turning points for me. Actually, more than two. One is I remember years ago, I listened to a tape set, and it was about the laws of prosperity. And the speaker, his name is Randy Gage. A lot of you guys know who he is. The line he used in there was, "Who was at the scene of every crime?" See, I could sit here and complain about this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, but I was at the scene of every crime.
You were.
I was always present.
That's right.
So it couldn't be anything other than me. And then you have always made me look at my own responsibility, taking that responsibility. I had one other I wanted to tell you guys, but I just lost track of my thoughts, which is not uncommon. I know I've personally had a big shift with this arena of my life. And I know a lot of you guys, and I'm not on the camera, but I know a lot of you guys, this is an issue and personal responsibility. One of the reasons Ray came out and shared that story tonight, which was hard for him, by the way, and I thank him, was because that was a stage of his life where he made a decision that wasn't in his best interest. And it's something I think that weighed on him. And your mess becomes your message. And, you know, the old saying, the truth will set you free. I personally also got involved with a company a couple of years ago that hurt a lot of people. And it was devastating to me. It was devastating to me. It seemed cool, seemed like the right thing, but there was always something that didn't quite sit right. I didn't listen to myself. So now I just really try to sit still for a minute and ask myself, where is this going? What is this taking me towards? Does this feel right?
Yeah, jump in there.
Yeah, please.
That was good what you just said. You just sat with yourself. So the original question, okay, what about other than business and personal life too?
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, more than likely, we will repeat that same lesson. So, okay, if it happens again, all right, this happened before. Get quiet with yourself. Okay, I'm repeating this. Why am I repeating this? The answer is always within, guys. Now, the trick here is sometimes we don't want to actually face up to why we're repeating it. Sometimes we're lonely. Sometimes we want to fit in. Thank you, someone up there. So what do? I think it was Tula said something earlier, guard your heart. Well, yes and no, Tula, and let me explain. Like I said earlier, okay, when someone pitches you on a business, what do? Check in here. check in here, check in here. Impersonal. This smells like I've been here before. Same thing. Same thing. You check in here. Now, comes to let's say boy meets girl. Okay. If you guard your heart, guess what you're gonna have? You're gonna have one guarded, tough heart.
Mm.
Leave the heart right where it is. It's not a softball. It's not to be played with. You don't want to throw it out 30 yards ahead of you and catch up and find out what you threw it at. What do? Okay. If you feel like you've been here before, but the same circumstance is coming into your life, leave it right here. But leave first step. Leave the heart there. You don't have to guard it. Because guess what? What you guard, people can't come into either. Anybody can. Leave the heart there. Check in. Okay, how's this feel? Have I been here before? And if it feels like it's been there before, do some introspection. Why am I setting myself up for this again? That's it. If it feels okay, there's a difference. There's a fine line. I'm getting a little woo here, so bear with me. There's a fine line, ladies and gentlemen, between guarding your heart or just protecting your heart. You want to always protect your heart, but guard is his wall. Protect it. Protect it. Protect it by first checking in. Am I getting into the same scenario again? Okay. No, okay. Then you gently proceed forward. Not throwing it out 30 yards ahead. You're going to keep your heart here, with your head, with the rest of your body. Just gently proceeding ahead in a mode of love, in a mode of protection, but just always being cognizant, being aware of how is this feeling? Always, how is this feeling? How is it feeling up here? How is it feeling in the heart? How is it feeling solar plex? You know, the one I teach a lot of people when I do relationship issues. Let's say a boy meets girl. Let's say if you and I met.
Okay.
You like the way I look? I like the way you look. Okay, we dated.
Yeah.
What is the least amount of time you can date someone on a consistent, regular basis before you can say this is the beginning of a committed relationship?
I don't know.
Take a guess. You're a smart girl. Anybody?
I've never dated, so I don't know. I've never
Right.
been on a date in my life, so
Right.
I don't have a thought process about that.
Would you like a thought answer? I'm sure you would.
Yes.
A year and a day.
Really?
If you can know someone for a year and a day, and see, I like the big picture. You'll never like 100% of anybody, because if you do, you're the crazy or a liar.
Okay.
A year and a day, okay, I like the big picture. Then you can say, I got the beginning of something mystically. Okay, this feels comfortable. Okay. Take time, balance, check in, protect. Always come off in a state of love, not patronizing, in a state of love. There's a big distinction.
I did think of the one line that I
Let's
heard
hear it.
that I think that was powerful. You said before, a lot of people take their heart or take their, their business desire and they throw it out there. Kyle Cease, a lot of you guys know I enjoy Kyle's work. Kyle said, people don't break your heart, they break your expectations. And I think that is true of business as well. When we set an expectation, when we're moving and looking for somebody to provide us something that we've created in our mind, whether it's a partner, a romantic partner, or whether it's a business partner, and we've created a scenario in our minds about what it's supposed to be, if that doesn't come to fruition, it hurts. But we set the expectation in the first place.
Yeah.
We set the expectation. And in business, people are always going to tell you to go do certain things, especially in this industry, because people have a vested interest in your doing certain things, whether it's buying a bunch of product or spending a bunch of money or going out and doing booths or whatever. We're the ones that decided to set that expectation of what that would look like. We're the ones, ladies, if you meet a guy, he has a vested interest in certain things. We're the ones that decide romantically what that's supposed to look like, gentlemen as well. So it's our expectations and us having this idea of what something's supposed to be. And now that I think about it, I'm going to call myself out and then we'll wrap it up. I've done that to myself over and over and over because I had this expectation of what a company is supposed to provide, or an upline is supposed to provide, or a business colleague is supposed to provide. And then when it doesn't come out the way I pictured it in my head, I get all pissed off and stomp my feet. It's kind of goofy, isn't it? It's kind of goofy.
It's called being human, you know? Who hasn't done that?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we project our expectation onto something that we want. Without really fully knowing what we're projecting an expectation on, without even really fully knowing, can this person provide my expectation? Well, my expectation is an illusion. You know, that's all it is. And I gotta expect anything, and it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. I expect to walk across the streets of South Point and win megabucks.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Good luck with expectations.
Yeah.
So again, it's a series. It's a combination of not having expectation. It's a combination of no expectation, doing a check-in. Have I been here before? Having a self-love, you can project that love out and gently proceed forward. Using the energy of the head, the heart, the solar plex. How does it feel? How does it look? How does it sound? How does it act? And be kind to yourselves. Give yourself the time to examine each day, each day, each day. Some will say there's every change of seasons will show another part of us. Like I've known this lady now almost 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah, time flies.
Wow.
Fun. She never ceases to amaze me in a loving, positive way. Okay. But give yourselves the time to, okay, what do I see? What do I feel? What do I hear? How does this look? Has this changed? Has this shifted? Just lovingly proceed forward. And going back to the business part again, same tools, apply the same tools. How does this feel? How does this sound? Being centered, combining the head, the ego with the heart, combine the energies together. Who are you playing with? And last part there, being comfortably uncomfortable. If this whole thing goes south on me, whether it was their fault or whether it was my responsibility, and I didn't catch something. It happens, guys. It happens. It happens to this lady. It happened to me. I know it's happened to a lot of you. That's life. It's part of being an entrepreneur, being a business person. If this money went south, can I just have a good cry for the night? Say, okay, the next day I'm gonna be fine. You know, there was an old expression back about betting the farm. I bet the farm, guys. Never bet the farm. Unless you have more than one farm, don't bet it. Please don't bet it.
Hey guys, we're out here, well, Ray lives here. I'm out here this week for GoPro. If any of you guys are attending the GoPro event here in Vegas, definitely reach out. I know a couple of you guys are. We'd love to see you. Both Ray and I will be there. And of course, we're going to be all week in our Society of I Am Facebook group. We got a lot going on in there, a lot more coming out. And we're going to keep delving into these topics, these ideas, and building you up into the best you can possibly be. When you get comfortable in your I am, that's when you can make these good decisions. When you get comfortable in who you are, what you stand for, what your beliefs are. And it's not for us to tell you what you should believe. That's up to you. But what we want you to do is locate those beliefs, locate that center inside of yourself, and then go out and pursue from that rock solid place. That, my friends, is what the society is all about. We will be having coming up, the month of December is just fun and getting to know everybody and building this up. We will be having some group courses, some different things. Ray has some hypnosis, self-hypnosis tapes coming out. So I'm really excited about all of that. But most of all, I'm excited for you. By the way, thank you, Kim. Kim just put the link in the comments.
Thanks, Kim.
I'm excited for all of you, because by staying here, and we had just a tremendous group tonight, and these videos have been getting, thousands of views. It's up to you to make the decision for the next decade and beyond, who you want to be, where you want to go. It's not somebody else that's going to give it to you or make it for you. And it's certainly not us. It's not us. We're just here to lend a hand. We're just here to sow into you. We're just here to remind you, you are, right? I am, and you are tremendous. And when you can say that, when you can stand and look in the mirror, in the figurative mirror, and say, I am magnificent, that's when you're ready to go. We're going to help you be able to say that.
Yep. Any of you guys have any questions about the topic tonight? Feel free to private message me.
Nope.
No?
No.
Oh, she doesn't want me to private message.
No, you don't get to private message. What you can do is join the group.
It's true.
Now, if you're interested in a session with him, private message him. Ray, we're going to have thousands and thousands and thousands of members very, very soon. I am protecting you and your time.
This lady knows I give the farm away, so listen to her, not me. I'm good at what I do.
We have the group for you guys all that have discussion
and
everything all during the week. For those of you that do want to reach out to Ray because you are actually interested in connecting with him about one-on-one work, that's a whole different story. But please, if you're just saying hi, do it in the group. Protect his time, protect my time, because we're here doing this because we care. And I meant to correct you last time you said that. Trust me, you will be happy. I'm watching your back. We're going to be around in that group, and we're real excited about the next decade that's coming up. I think we're going to see a lot of changes, and we're leading the way, and we want you to do that with us. Please help share these messages and ideas. Please help spread the word around, because it's time. Yeah, it is time for us to stand up as a group, as a force, and say no more. No more. No more convincing people to refinance their homes. No more over front loading people. No more taking advantage of people. No more. That day and age is over, and there was a time and a place for it, and there's a time and a place to invest. Please do not misunderstand us. We want you to invest in yourselves, in your education, in all of the things, in your business, in your skill set, sharpen the saw. But we want you to get real smart and not get manipulated anymore, because it's just over.
Yeah, we want you to invest, but we're giving you now is something the people who are out there who are interested in your plastic, they're not going to give you. We're giving you tools that you can use to, I don't even sound salesy, you can make an informed decision. We're giving you tools that you can make your own spiritually based, prudent decision. Is this really for you? How does it really, really feel? That's what we're doing here. We're trying to start off the new decade with a different energy, a different feel. Guys, you can make gobs of money off just very, very little down money. Throw down money.
That, and you can make gobs of money with small niche groups. And you're looking at some of the best salespeople that have ever existed. And we're saying to you, slow down. And we ain't selling nothing, by the way. But I'm always selling something, but not here. That's not what this is about. Ray's always selling something, but not here. We want you to learn to think for yourselves, because for us anyway, we only want people that have made a good, solid decision to work with us in anything. Because otherwise, what is it? It's turnover. It's a buck in my pocket. It's nothing. There's no legacy. There's nothing that I can stand behind in that. That doesn't interest me. It never has, for those of you that know me, and it doesn't interest Ray. It's not how he rolls.
No.
We're looking to make significant, long-term, in fact, permanent change for people. And we want you to look at your clientele that way.
Minnie Riley put it well. I go on a debt-free journey and you come out with what I'm in alignment with. Exactly, Minnie. Yeah. You want to have fun with what you're doing. If you're strapping yourself with some astronomical amount of money, which you don't know where's going to go, that's not fun. That's stress.
Look at what Terry just. Terry, I did not know this about you. Terry had been through several divorces and you know, different trials and tribulations, and now she has the love of her life for over 30 years who I've met. He's a lovely man. I did not know that about you, Terry, and you stood still and you stood in your I am, and you found what it was that you deserved, and that moves me. I did not know that. Guys, when you stand in your I am, what you deserve can show up.
Yeah.
And believe me, you deserve. People want to sell you the sun, the stars, and the moon. I'm telling you, you deserve the sun, the stars, and the moon, and you have to attract it to yourself.
Okay. Also, when I talk about getting in connection here, the more you do this, guys, on a regular basis, and it doesn't have to be copious hours on end of twisting your body like a pretzel or putting a baby's diaper on your head, and you know,
that was wrong.
Going 18,000 feet
Edit
in the Himalayas. That. I don't care if you take just 2 minutes, close your eyes, relax, and it could even be your mantra. Could be, I am now connected to my divine higher self. I am now seeing things clearly. You're using your subconscious mind. That the subconscious mind does not lie. The more you become in tune, in connection with your spiritual self, this is when your senses become heightened. They become more aware. You smell slimy stories from a mile away. This is like in martial arts they teach this. This works the same way if you're building a physical body. When you start using your spiritual tools, you're aligning with the outside world, right?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I was correcting one of the things you said. Stephanie goes, scratch that, reverse that. You know, Stephanie's been hanging out with me.
So I invite you guys to take back pretty soon in the near future, thanks to some polite nagging over here. I'm going to have a brief meditation that you can use just on this.
Yeah. We're also working on basically a creed for our group, something that we'll read at the beginning of each webinar. We're going to have a whole cast of characters coming out and speaking. I'm looking forward to having book reading groups and calls on different days and all kinds of stuff to give you guys the support that I think is so important as you're moving forward. So I think we should wrap it up. We've been going for an hour.
Well, boys and girls, our hour is up.
He has officially bloviated.
She made it. They say you turn into what you hang out with long enough. So I'm become an official bloviator.
In other words, you're an incredible speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thanks, guys. I really thank you for allowing me to share some tools with you that hopefully will serve you. And we shall see you guys next week.
Next Monday. And in the group, because we have some stuff coming out this week while we're together, we're going to do some cool stuff. And there's Jack Enriquez. I want to thank you. Jack made a theme song about I Am. If you guys didn't see it, I don't think I put it in the group, but it was on my wall, and I will put it in there. He made something fun and peppy about the I Am, and it's wonderful. He's a musician, and thank you. I've never had anyone write a song for us before, so that's incredible. So we will see you guys next Monday night. For all of you that spread the news tonight, we really want to thank you. We had an incredible group tonight, and we're really super excited about this project. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Right up top.